Hello, this is John Locke. Today I'm answering an SEO question that I see or have seen a few times in the last couple weeks, and actually a good friend of mine, JH, you know who you are, wrote in with this question, and that is, we have a series of blog posts that are centered around a specific keyword, but there's one particular post in this entire set that we want to have rank for that keyword. So is it a good idea to take the other articles in the series and put a canonical tag toward the target page that we want to have rank? Now, I answered a very similar question, I think it might have been like a week or two ago. Somebody was asking, like, Google's ranking the wrong page for our keyword. We want to have this other page rank. And my advice is this: look at the, one, don't use a canonical tag. Don't use a canonical tag to tell Google, like, hey, ignore these other 5 and just point over at this other one. That's not something I would advise. Let each article stand on its own 2 feet. And like I said to my friend this morning, you have 6 posts, and they're all targeted toward a specific thing. You're showing people how to do a specific thing. And that's going to be able to get you a lot more traffic than just having all of them point toward this one post in the series where you want to rank for a more broad keyword, one that's going to be a lot harder to hit. In this particular case, it was a set of tutorials, and like I told my friend, those are going to have a lot better chance of ranking because they're like how to do this specific thing. So if you're trying to rank for a broad term keyword, yeah, you can do a series of posts. I don't believe that any of those in the series are going to rank for that broad term, but they're going to rank for the more highly targeted search terms of people searching how to do this specific thing. And like I said, I've seen in SEO forums people ask a similar question very recently, where if you have a series of posts and you're worried about keyword cannibalization because you're targeting a very broad keyword, just keep in mind that if it's a somewhat lofty goal, if it's a search that you're not likely to win for that broad term, I would not worry about keyword cannibalization so much. Focus on what the purpose of that particular article is, and just show people the exact thing that they came to do, whether it's evaluate a product or a service, or how to do something. Like how-to articles are really great for ranking, but don't worry about keyword cannibalization if you're going for one specific term. Because if that specific broad term is a buying intent and you're presenting informational content, putting a canonical tag on the other posts in the series is not really going to have an effect. It's not going to move the needle on that. So the same thing, if Google is ranking the wrong keyword for posts and you think it should be ranking something else, evaluate, look at what is ranking, and determine, is the content that I have here really match with what's Google is already ranking. So in that particular case, it's we would say it's the broad term, and then number 1 is the actual site where you can buy that product or service, and then some additional services around that product. And then number 3 was a review of that product, and then also a video, a tutorial on how to use it. So it's really, like I told my friend, I think you have a lot better chance just going with the tutorials and the how-tos and how to do this specific thing with this particular thing. Don't add a canonical. Let posts ride on their own. No, and before I go, I want to add this other thing too. People who repost content with canonicals. This happens sometimes since we're talking about canonicals. I have one particular client that I don't do any SEO for. I just kind of take care of their website. But occasionally they will repost stuff from other websites. And they're not trying to rank. They're not trying to scrape content. They're very aware of what they're doing. They're just wanting to present it to their handful of customers. They don't have a ton of customers. They don't have a ton of clients. They just want to put it on their site so people can find it. But one thing that we do each time is we put a canonical tag back to the original article, and at the end of the article we say, this article originally appeared here. So that's something that you can do as well if you're reposting content. Put a link back to the original content, put a canonical tag on it. Again, it's not something I would advise that you do if you're doing it for SEO purposes. Taking another article is not something you should do for SEO, but giving proper attribution and putting a canonical tag back to the original article, which says this is the original article, which is the whole purpose of a canonical tag. That is something that I do believe in. Okay. Enough with that. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every day publishing. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. I would love to see you subscribe. That is all I have for now. Peace.